Do you think that your partner should meet all of your emotional needs? Well, if you do, that's part of my bad marriage advice. I'm Leslie Dories, your marriage coach, creator of the Hero Husband Project, and owner of Foundations Coaching. And it's a wonderful idea to think that, well, if my partner, if my spouse just really loved me enough, I wouldn't need anybody else. Well, that puts a huge amount of pressure on your partner. Yes, there are certain needs that you do want being met within your marriage, and you need to talk about what those are. But to expect your partner to love everything you do and want to be a part of it, it actually sets you both up for failure. Now, yes, you do want to have things in common. You do want to do things together. But if you're a closed system where there's nothing from the outside coming in, that makes it really, really hard to sustain. We need to be able to spend time by ourselves, to spend time with our friends, to spend time doing things that maybe your spouse isn't interested in doing. And that's okay, because when you come back together, that gives you something to share, something to talk about, something to connect over. And this idea that, I go back to the Jerry MacGuire movie for those of you old enough to remember it, and the line, "You complete me." Well, first off, to be in a healthy relationship, you need to be pretty complete in and of yourself. You don't want to depend on other people, somebody else, to make you feel good about yourself. Again, that's you become what that is that becomes like a vampire relationship where you suck the lifeblood out of your partner. And somebody has to go fill up their gas tank. And this it's a commonly accepted idea. And by the way, any particular couple is going to fall somewhere on that continuum where they spend a lot of time together doing things together, and maybe they don't spend quite so much on the other end together. And this is something to negotiate with your partner. You don't want to be living completely parallel, non-intersecting lives. I mean, unless, of course, that's really the kind of relationship you want. Most of us, we want to be involved with our partners. And that it creates this dance that we have to do. We have to figure out how much is too much, how much is, not enough. And the two of you aren't going to fall on the same place on that continuum. One of you is going to probably want to spend more time with the other person, and the other one isn't. And that's not a bad thing. It's just that we're learning to negotiate that. And if I'm the one who wants to spend more time with my partner and I get anxious when they're doing something else, that's a growth opportunity for me. That's a growth opportunity for me to fill my own tank up. Um, and yes, I talk about emotional needs of each of you. You each have them. And those emotional needs need to be addressed somehow by your marriage. Now, that doesn't mean that your partner is the one meeting that need. Um, so sometimes just, um, we do want to have our probably more of our physical affection needs met within the marriage. But I don't necessarily need to have my recreational activity needs met by my partner. Um, we will probably have the need for openness and honesty. That's something you probably want to have met within your relationship. But maybe, having a political conversation or talking about your hobby isn't something that interests your partner. Now, again, I'm not saying never, but if one of you likes to hike and the other one is either physically limited or just isn't interested, you can still get that need for being outdoors and hiking and moving with another group. It doesn't necessarily have to be your partner. And the more you're able to discuss this, the more you're able to set what those look like. then the happier you both will be, as opposed to this idea that my partner has to be the be all and end all. And oh, by the way, if and this is about splitting responsibilities as well, because one of the things that frequently happens in a couple is that one person becomes responsible for all of the extracurricular stuff, whether that's date night, whether that's planning time out with friends. Basically they're responsible for the social calendar, and that can get really hard. And so this is one of those things where you need to be talking about it, where if I am the person who is responsible for setting up all of this, then we're probably going to end up doing things that I like to do. I remember years ago, my kids used to complain about what I was fixing for dinner. And I said, well, if you guys want input into what shows up on the kitchen table, I need to know that before I go to the grocery store. So you need to participate in planning the menu. Otherwise, don't complain about it. You either participate, and this is the same kind of thing in your marriage. If something is out of kilter, if you are taking responsibility for things that you either don't want to do or you don't feel is more equitably distributed, please note I did not say equally, more equitably distributed, then you need to have a conversation with your partner about that. Because your partner may not know there's a problem. Your partner may not actually have a problem with it. And, but you might. And having your partner be your sole source of interaction, getting your needs met, all of these things, like I said before, that is going to potentially present a problem for you, and you have to talk about it. So it's okay for you to do different things with different people, as long as it is known within the relationship and accepted within the relationship. And that's just part of the dance that you guys have to establish. So hopefully you have found this helpful. And if you have any questions about it, if you want some help creating those boundaries, finding other outlets for what you'd like to be doing, maybe your partner isn't interested or isn't capable of meeting a particular need, and that's sitting and it's weighing on you and it's eating at you, please don't let that do that, because what's going to happen is you're going to become resentful towards your partner, and that's not good for anybody. So if you'd like some help with that, please let me know, and we will set up a 5-star relationship conversation. You can reach me by email at Leslie, Lesli, at foundationscoachingnc.com. You can put a comment down in the comments below. You can send me a direct message. And I'd love to know your comments about this. Are you somebody who thinks your partner should fulfill all of your wants and needs? Or are you somebody maybe whose partner thinks that and you're getting a little tired of it? So I'd really like to know what you think. And also, please feel free to subscribe to the channel. And until next week, stay loving.